Alright gang, as a little kid I loved my train sets. I had a few and they're all HO, and in the 80s, early 80s, my father and I built me a layout, and I had several layouts off and on through the 80s and early 90s. Then I didn't have one at all for years, so I've decided to build me a layout this year. I haven't started on it, the bench work yet, but I have started on the engines. Now typically when you go around the town I live in, and if you want to go buy a train set, it's always Santa Fe or Union Pacific. I'm okay with that, but I wanted something from Georgia. So you got Central Georgia, that's the big one. You got other rail lines that run through Georgia. So I got to thinking, just why not create my own road name, just do it my own way. So this is what I'm doing. I've decided to go DCC. Everything I've got from the 80s, of course, is not DCC, and I don't think that it's worth the money to convert most of that over to DCC. It's old, mostly Bachman, some lifelike, a Thurn or Athern, however you want to say it. I know people say it different ways. So what I decided to do was start looking into a low budget DCC setup, and looking around eBay and online hobby stores and the local hobby shop known as Hobby Lobby, which really doesn't have anything in our area for the HO modeler. It was all the same Union Pacific, Santa Fe at the Hobby Lobby, or if I wanted to buy a DCC engine with a controller, it was going to be pretty expensive. So I kept looking and looking, and one night on eBay I just pulled up Bachman DCC, and they had the Thunder Chief set that was $200 and some odd, which was still out of my range, but it was getting close to some of the engines with the controllers that I've been pricing. Well, I kept looking and looking, and I actually purchased a brand new unopened Bachman Thunder Chief set DCC for $129. I can't remember what the shipping was. So basically what I did is I pulled the body off the Thunder Chief and replaced it with the orange shell on the left. The shell on the left it's an F7. You know, previous videos that I posted pertaining to my old power units, I love F7s and F9s. Never seen one roll through my town. I've only seen one actually on the rail with my own eyes, and that was in close to Atlanta. But I've took the two shells. You see one on the track, one sitting on a box. That's another Bachman DCC ready engine. I got the decoder coming, and I've got to do a little bit more work on that body or that shell to get it to fit the chassis. And then on the right you see a Roco, or Roco, however you want to say it, RF16 Sharknose. I've always loved the Sharknose, but that's the first one I've ever bought. I purchased it. It was an unpainted engine and it's DCC ready. I've actually got the decoder installed in on that one. So let's get a little closer look. We'll start with the orange one. Alright, there's the original Thunder Chiefs, Santa Fe Thunder Chief shell. Lordy. Now the difference between this shell, that shell, and this one in the back that's sitting on a box is that even though this shell does have the clip slots here, it has 4 posts to screw the shell down to the chassis, to where the shell I'm using and the shell in the back does not. Alright, so what it is I purchased these 2 shells a while back. I was on eBay and saw them for sale. It was pretty cheap for both of them. They were unpainted shells, no windows, no nothing, no decals or anything. So I bought them. and stuck them in the hole, and I've had them for a while. So I decided, well, I'm going to use these shells. So I had to do some modification to them, meaning I had to put the Dremel to work. But what I did is I took the shells, painted the shells white, and then I picked this orange, because I was trying to pick something different, because I wanted it to be just something I came up with. And then I forgot about the J. Is it the Flying J? I can't remember, but they were orange as well after I painted them. But it's going to stay orange, and I painted, as you see, the grills black just to break up the orange. I put the numbers on the back side on each side. I didn't put any on the number plates, because, well, my hand shakes so bad, and that was a nightmare, so I just gave up. And I ordered the air horns, but I ordered the wrong size. When I put them on, they just fall in, so I got to order them again. But I do have the window sets put in. They're not KD couplers, but they're I believe the Bachman Easy-Matic, or however you say it, or whatever they're called. I have those couplers. The shell, it fits snug, but it is a little bit loose. I got to figure out what to do, and I got an idea of how to keep it from shaking, because on the front it's real tight, but on the back it's a little loose. Alright, so I actually had to take a Dremel and Dremel right here on each side of the box that the coupler hooks into, because the shell was just a bit too tight. But I got it on there. I've Dremeled it out just enough. I got to go back and Dremel this one. Oh, I forgot that, but I'll do that here in a bit. I wish I could have got the numbers on the number boards here, but like I said, I don't have the hands I used to have, and it's pretty tough. I mean, I used to build model cars like there's nobody's business and all that, but you know, as you get older, things start wearing out, and I'm just dealing with it. Alright, on the back of the shell, I had to Dremel a section off right here because it came out so far that you couldn't access the coupler. That's the only other spot I had to Dremel. I painted it up after I did it. Oh, I also had to, there was other parts I had to Dremel off here too. I don't remember what they were now, but they're gone. But if, like I said, the shell fits, it looks pretty good. I like how it turned out. Alright, now you see on the side BGR, and I came up with this. This is my town, this is my state, and this is railroad. And if you look here on the Santa Fe body or shell, these items are red, and I couldn't believe I did a decent job painting it, or not painting it, but I took a Sharpie and turned them red. This is the blackest Sharpie as well. Sharpies are magnificent. The decals, these are water transfer from, is it micro scale? These I actually got at Hobby Lobby. They're not water decals. I tried to use the micro set and micro saw on them, and after I got them set and all, and they're not exactly straight, but I can live with it. I know some people will think I shouldn't have left them like that, but after all was said and done, I didn't realize that they were out of alignment on all three engines till after I clear coat them. I didn't want the two orange engines to be vibrant, so I hit them with one coat of matte clear coat. I don't know if I'm gonna weather them or not. I've been practicing weathering on some old Tyco cars, and I'll show you how those turned out as well. Alright, this is my Sharknose RF16. I've always liked this engine. I've never seen one in person. I've never ever owned this engine with a train set. I posted a video of a Tyco train set I paid like $5 for, because they didn't know if it worked or not, and the engine was beat up. And the box had the Sharknose Rock Island engine, but when I got it out, it was actually a beat up F7. I mean, it was in poor shape shell wise, but it still works. Now again, I didn't follow any rules, regulations, or anything about how the numbers of the engines, their locations and all that. I don't know if they exist, but I chose on this engine to put the numbers up under the window on each side of the cab, and the same decals are here, BGR. Well, I should say decals, letters. The letters were actually white, and I took the same Sharpie I did all the black on the screens and colored them black. Now I painted the body the same way, painted it white first as a base coat, then I went back and painted it. I think it's got, the orange engines have 2 coats of orange. I think this, and this is cranberry. I thought it looked pretty good. This has 3 coats of paint, to where this has one layer of matte clear coat. This has 2 of crystal clear coat. And I almost put a 3rd coat on there, but I didn't want it to be too shiny. It's pretty shiny in the picture, and it is shinier than I wanted it. But my plan is, the Sharknose is going to be a passenger train. I've actually got some passenger cars on order. They'll be here. This is Saturday. They should be here by, hopefully by Friday. Because when I ordered them, it was a killer deal. When I ordered them from an individual, brand new in the box, undecorated. But I didn't pay attention on where they were coming from. It was a really good price, but they're coming from Canada, so it's going to take forever and a day to get here. But this will be my passenger train. All right, the couplers on the Sharknose, I had to replace them. They had just the old-fashioned horn couplers. The engine is brand new. Took it out of the box, undecorated, and painted it, put the different couplers on it, and that's it. I didn't do any other modifications to that engine. Now, like I said, the one in the back, I just got that engine about 3 days ago. Shipping and all, I think I paid $47 for it, and it's brand new. I got it from an online hobby shop. He had a ton of different road names for sale. I don't know if he was going out of business or what. Again, I should have thought about telling you guys who I ordered it from. That way, if you were looking for a DCC ready engine, he had some pretty good prices on them. All right, now the trains that are going to be work trains, this one and this one. All right, this one here, I've got 4 Southern boxcars with different road names. I'm sorry, road numbers. They're all Southern. And then this one here, I've taken several Tyco's cars and weathered them heavily. I don't think I did that bad of a job. I'm sure I could have done better, but I've never done it before, and I weather dipped them. There's a lot of people show you how to do it lots of different ways. Now, to me, if you look for anybody online that does the weathering, there's this guy on YouTube named Monster Railroad. Man, his stuff looks so good, and I think he even sells them on eBay. But these two, for those of you who don't recognize them, these are cattle cars, Tyco. They came with a loading ramp for cattle or horses. These two, well, this one came with cattle. This one, I can't remember. One of them came with a ramp and cattle on the truck, and the other one I bought years ago at a flea market. Now where you see these blackouts, I think it had KC on one of the blackout areas, and I can't remember what was on the other. I just took my Sharpie, blackened it out, cleaned it up. The doors, they were, I believe, orange, so I took the Sharpie and colored over the doors. Now this one here, I went heavier with the weather dip than this one here, and you can pretty much tell. I think it looks really good. I like how it turned out. If you watch that guy Monster Railroad, man, I'm telling you, his stuff looks great. He uses weather dip, chalk, airbrushing, and all that. All I did was weather dip these and cleared them. Now that's what I did with all of them. Like I said, I'm low budget. I'm not going to go and buy airbrushes and all that stuff just to make them look older. I just did like I saw a few other people do, just dip them. And there's the tops. And I enjoyed it. I got a couple of more cars that I did basically for the shell that's on the box. That's going to be like the work train. Got an old Tyco crane, a Tyco crane assistant car, I don't know what you call it. A track cleaning caboose that I'm going to, I took alcohol and got the Santa Fe designations off of it. And I'm just going to make it a work train where I can run around and clean the tracks. But this was pretty fun doing this weather dipping, and most people I watched online that explain how to do it. You go to like Walmart or Hobby Lobby and all that, and you buy those little bottles of paint. Hold on a second, let me get one. All right, there's an empty bottle. It's 2-ounce bottle. I think at Walmart it was like 50 cents or 80 cents a bottle, and I poured it into a pitcher and then poured water in it to dilute it. Then I started dipping the cars in it, and also took the cars out after I dipped them, let them dry. You know, you dip them, dry them. Not, you don't wipe them dry, you let them air dry, or some people use blow dryers. But I dipped several times, and then I took a sponge, and it's evident on this side, this one here, and just kept pouring it on the top and letting it run down the sides. But it's real easy to do. Alright gang, I gotta start on my layout. Gotta start building the bench work. I'll get it going in a few weeks. Like I said, it's gonna be low budget. I'm not gonna pour tons of money into it. I'm gonna reuse a lot of the old structures I still have. Some of them are in pretty bad shape, but I'm going to repurpose them and go along with that. I may or may not post a video of my layout once it's done. I probably won't, because I really don't want to hear people's criticism about my layout, because that's going to be for me. Like I said, I'm not following any rules or regulations about road numbers, position of markings on the engines and all that. I'm just doing it for me, and I really have enjoyed what I've done so far. But this video is running a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, so I'm going to end it here. Give me some tips, suggestions, comment please. I will read them all, and if you can tell me any kind of ideas that you think I should look into, let me know. Guys, thanks for viewing this video. Have a great day.